Okay, welcome back again. We are here at the Helderberg Karate League at Action Sport, and today we got Emma Forbes, one of the competitors and coach. Welcome, Emma.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure, it's a pleasure. So how's the day been going so far?
Really good, running around after my students as per usual and then trying to get on the floor to compete myself, but it's been really good. The energy's been really high, and I think there's been a really good standard of karate that's been had today.
Okay, how did you do?
Good. Kata went really well, got gold for kata. Thank you so much. And then we still have team kata and individual kumite to go. So hopefully that goes well.
Very, very good. Tell us a bit more about Emma. You know, when did you start karate and where do you train? Your dojo?
So I train at the Helderberg Shotokan Academy, and I started karate when I was 8 years old, back in 2011. So I've been doing it for about 13 years now, and it has been a long but amazing journey. I've truly learned so much in my own karate, and it's transferred over into my life. And it's one of my biggest pleasures. I love just teaching what I've learned to other people. It's a real big passion of mine.
Oh, that's great. And you're a black belt, eh?
I am, yes. That was a journey to get to. It took me 10 years to get my black belt. In amongst trying to get it through COVID, everything got postponed. It was hard to train during that time. Also a lot of life lessons along the way, learning for it. But I reaped the rewards for it. So very happy. And now next challenge is going for Nidan.
When are you going for Nidan?
Hopefully this October.
Oh,
yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Nidan is a very, very tough grading.
I've heard.
Grading. So when you go for Nidan, they said you must already be a very good fighter.
I've heard.
So you're gonna fight. You must prepare for your. I think it's two 2-minute fights, 1-on-1 per person, and there's a 2-minute fight against 2 people at once.
Well, I'm up for the challenge.
And you're also studying?
I am studying. I'm studying at Stellenbosch University. I'm doing a BA in sports science with a major in psychology as well. That's also just helped me tremendously in my karate journey, being able to learn about the body and how it works through sports. It's really helped me adapt my karate and how I train as well as teach.
Okay, but not a lot of people know you made a bit of history in South Africa. You were the first karate exchange student.
I was, yes.
To Scotland.
I did, yes.
Tell us more about it. What did you learn? And I'm more curious, how do they train and prepare themselves for? They deliver very good world championships.
Yes, they do. They delivered an amazing world championships last year. The standard was incredibly high. So it was a really great honor to be invited to do the exchange for a month. I learned an incredible amount. It's also made me adapt the way I train. I mean, they train almost every single day, from Monday to Sunday. They have trainings in the morning. They have squad trainings for the specific athletes that go compete internationally. They've also recently introduced almost like a scoring system to help the athletes see where they need to improve with their own training. So they get kind of scored on during their squad trainings, their enthusiasm, their strength, their techniques, and then they go back and evaluate the statistics of those scores and see how they can help their students and what areas they need to focus on more.
So they're very professional.
Very, extremely professional, and it was amazing to sit in on those meetings and see the behind the scenes of what they do in order to train up their elite athletes. And it shows like in world championships or in international comps, because they're sitting very high up on the medal table with a small squad in comparison to people like America or Italy.
Yes, and those competitors, those students and athletes, do they do other sports also, or
No, so it's mainly just karate. They'll come like between classes, they'll come train in the dojo. If there's an opportunity for an extra lesson, they'll grasp it. I had a few students who asked if I could do private lessons with them, and they came in the middle of school to come train with me, just to better their karate. They also do a program with one of the schools that's close to them called Morgan Stags, where they basically do karate for their PE. And they get evaluated for school on karate as one of their sports. And it was a really cool initiative to see. So they're kind of turning like that school into a karate-based school. Like you have schools that are arranged for soccer players up in Scotland. Quite similarly, they're doing that with that school.
Sure, it actually changed the dynamic of actually where you're supposed to be with your karate.
It does.
And for us in South Africa, karate is not one of the top sports. It's like it's
an extramural. Yeah.
So you get kids that I would rather go play rugby today when there's a tournament or training.
Yes.
Or go do athletics, go do something else. Where these people performing on the world stage, they're totally committed.
100%.
There's nothing that will stop them.
No, 100%. I mean, as I said, we had one day in Scotland where we had a 7 a.m. squad training fitness test. So they go and evaluate your fitness and compare them to the scores previously. And then straight after we had squad training from 9 in the morning all the way to about 6 in the evening. So it's a full day of training. It's split into belt groups and age divisions, but still a full day of training for the coaches as well as the athletes. But yeah, it just shows their level of commitment and how much goes into actually being able to win a gold medal at a world level.
Did you learn a lot, like you said, how you adapt now, your training?
Yeah, I learned a lot. I realized what I was doing extra, so training at the gym or whatever, wasn't really benefiting what I was doing at karate. Whereas now I've adapted the way I train at gym, adding more plyometrics or resistance training to actually incorporate those fast, quick turns in my kata, or the agility or the jumps in my kata. And it's really just helped the way I'm moving through my katas, as well as my speed and using the floor for kumite.
Okay. And for you now, you moving into, I think you're going to go into seniors now.
At the end of this year, yes. Thank you.
35.
Yeah, 21 to 35.
Getting chance to be a senior. Just kidding. But how can I say is, like you said now, are you going to go into like specialize now into, because committee training and kata training is two different things.
I agree.
And you can't mix.
Blend them, no.
If you want to be a top athlete, you can't say, okay, I'm training high jump, but I'm also training hurdles. It's two different ways of training. So, what's your favorite, the kata or the committee? Or?
I think there's been a bit of a debate on this for a while now since I started competing, whether kata or kumite is my stronger suit. I definitely prefer doing kata. I really enjoy it. I think I'm more specialized in kata than I am kumite. But I just can't imagine not competing with kumite because I enjoy it. I mean, who doesn't enjoy doing kumite? It's fun, it's fast action, it's full of adrenaline. But going to compete on a world level, especially as someone from South Africa, I mean, you're spending a lot of money to go overseas, and to just do one or two categories, it seems like a bit of waste for the amount of money you're spending to go overseas. So I think it's going to be a hard decision to make whether I specialize in just kata or if I continue with both, but I definitely think I'm going to have to adapt training towards that.
Yeah, no, it's the same as me. You know, I was always a committee guy, but my training was totally committed, and I competed committed. But I enjoyed kata. But I usually used kata to break my nerves.
Yeah.
And I didn't felt anything if I didn't in a podium. I think in my career of competing in the seniors and the veterans, I think I podiumed once in kata. And I was so happy I came third because the other two top guys were not there. But in the committee, I was always in the top three, first, second, because that was my training, that was my training. And I didn't worry. But I think to do both, you must do it. But if your training is more kata, you mustn't expect to get the gold.
100%, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. it's just going to be an interesting ride. I mean, going 21 to 35, it's a big jump. It's a big age division. So I think I just need to test the waters and see what's working and move on from there.
It comes with experience.
100%.
And you also started with the Kata Tournament Academy.
I did, yes.
Tell us more about it. I know it's in the beginning stage.
It is at the beginning stage.
I had a lot of feedback from it.
Good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, being able to teach something that is your passion to other people is it's a fulfilling thing, and I think anyone can agree with that. And especially making your job, if I can say, something that's your passion, it just makes it 10 times better. So I've been really enjoying it. I think there's been good feedback towards it. The kids, I think, have been doing excellently. I can see it on the tatami when they do their kata. They're implementing the skills that we've been working on the past couple of weeks. It's showing, so I hope that it can continue to grow and that the students will continue to grow and come and implement those skills on the tatami.
Yeah, no, I got some feedback, I must be honest. My two daughters is a program
Yes.
with you, and they very enjoyed it. They said they learn a lot. You know, I'm more traditional in kata.
100%.
I teach the grading kata.
Yes.
When it comes to competition katas, it's must be more of performance.
Yes.
And like I mentioned earlier, I was part of your dojo.
Yes.
I met you when you were still
A baby, yeah. Still a baby.
and never spoke to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
old,
Yeah.
married, going on
Yes.
training and black belt and everything. But it's strange that some people think like you never judge a book by its cover.
Yes.
My girls never knew you. They only saw you in this one.
Yes.
Oh no, we don't like Emma, but they didn't know you. But
Yeah.
now they start knowing you, and they start looking up to you.
Yes.
Becoming a role model.
Yes.
And that is very important, especially for women
Oh, 100%.
in competing.
Yeah.
Because like, you give so much back, and I take my hat off for you in that.
Thank you.
And where do you see yourself in one day? Are you going to start your own dojo, or are you going to keep on?
Again,
finish studying?
Again, I think that's testing the waters, as well as seeing where my degree takes me. At the end of the day, I would love to start my own dojo with something to do with my degree. I mean, as I said, I'm doing sports science, so I'd love to implement something, the psychology part of it, the biomechanics part of sports science in with karate, because I think it's important to know the mental side as well as the physical side of competing. So I'd love to do something like that, but I think we'll see where the wind takes me. I can't say for definite what's going to happen in the future, but that's something I would like to pursue.
Yeah, but I think you've been exposed to a lot, and you gained a lot of experience. You've been competing on the world stage, and my advice for you as a youngster is continue that, because that knowledge you can bring back one day.
100%.
Yeah, and maybe you will take the gold one day, you will take the silver,
Yeah.
especially in the seniors. That's a hard division you're going to go.
100%.
That's another level. But it'll never stop you. And even if you don't make the gold one, that knowledge that you can bring back for kids, you can maybe make the next world champion.
Oh, 100%, and that's a really exciting thought. I mean, the goal is to eventually, hopefully one day, podium at a World Championships. I mean, I think once somebody has gone to World Championships and the bug bites, that's always going to be their goal. So, yeah, I would love to also just teach that knowledge. As you said, I mean, the first World Championships I went to, I got disqualified for kata.
I think I was with you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I got disqualified for my kata. I mean, the nerves got the better of me. I left out part of Kankudai. I mean, it happens, but the knowledge I brought back from that experience has helped so many of my students, saying it's okay if you forget a movement or something happens on the tatami, you hit a blank or a little mistake happens, because it's not going to actually be the end of the world. You can move on and continue from that. And I think my journey has definitely testified towards that. I mean, I didn't just stop my karate journey because I left out a move in a kata. I mean, I continued, and now from that, I'm 3-time SA World Cup South African champion for kata. If I stopped, that wouldn't have been possible, and what I've achieved now wouldn't have been possible.
And that's very good. And on your journey, you know, when you started your karate, if you can think back the day you started karate, how many friends started with you, and how many still with you doing karate? I think you can maybe count it on one hand.
I don't even think I could count it on my one hand. I mean, I started karate with my best friend who immigrated to England when we were in grade 6. And I think that was kind of my pushing point for me. I always kind of stuck by his level and whatever, because he always just did better in competitions than I did. And then once he left, I kind of just pushed. Like, I was like, I know I want to continue with this. So I pushed and pushed and pushed to get that extra training so that I could be better. And from there, I saw like a difference in my training. But yeah, as you said, there's not a lot of people that I started with back in 2011 or that are still with me in this karate journey.
And you know what the saddest thing, we spoke about it earlier, now that you've experienced it, once someone stops karate, it's actually they cut the ribbon, they stop from moving.
100%.
And they break away from you. It's like, you didn't do anything wrong. You gave up, but I'm the bad person now.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. But I mean, there's some friends that I started karate with that cut off ties with karate, wasn't interested. They wanted to go into boxing or something like that, more action filled. And now, after a couple of years, again, it's prodding. Oh, maybe I should get back into karate. And then, okay, now you want to get back into karate.
There's always some of them always comes back. And everything, and some always come back, and especially if you look at a girl, maybe that started with you, and stopped. Did you ever walk or went to a place and you see someone that stopped probably on a green belt, blue belt, or a purple belt, or brown belt, and she asks you, or he asks you, you're still doing karate, what belt are you?
Yeah.
And you tell them, listen, I'm still on a black belt.
Yeah.
And how's their reaction towards that?
I mean, it's always a bit of a shock, which I'm surprised about. I mean, as I said, it's my passion, and I think people have always known it's been my passion, even though I was absolutely terrible when I started karate. I mean, I guess it just kind of shows your character, your true character. I mean, are you willing to persist through the bad times, the times that aren't going well? I mean, I get that karate, especially when it gets to red belt and your junior brown belt, it gets monotonous, it's repetitive. But I think your character truly shows then whether you pursue that, you push through it to get to that end result, or if you just give up.
And if I might ask now, if I look, I don't want to go into a private life, but if you look at your friends now, I remember my friends when I was heavy into karate in high school. Most of my friends were not karate people. Of course, rugby players and left athletes. I had one friend that did karate, but he was up and down. In your life, is your friendship more in your karate orientated, or do you got a mixture or a very well balanced?
I mean, I think I have a mixture. I'd like to consider the people at karate, my students, as my little family. I've grown very close to them, especially since coaching, since I started coaching them. Because you beam with pride, you feel so excited and happy for them when they achieve well, and when you can see that the information you fed them has been received well and they're putting it out on the tatami. But yeah, I'd say I have a mixture of friends from childhood back who aren't interested in sports at all, to university friends, to athletics and karate. It's quite a variety, all mixed and matched.
I always tell the students, we've got red friends and blue friends. The red friends is the nice ones. They want to party.
Yeah.
And the blue friend will encourage you to go to training and stuff. But the blue friend is always hard in the picture.
Yes.
I said to them, you must have a very good balance, because the red friend will take you off track.
Yeah.
The blue friend will keep you on track.
100%.
And I also show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Yes.
And that plays a very big role for your success, even if you want to go into your practice one day or your business. It's a very, very disciplined, focused, minded way you have to. You get busy, and people think when you start focusing and you don't go to them a lot, you don't phone them,
Yeah.
you don't see them, I think you cross with them or you're better than them.
Yeah.
They don't understand. We're gonna go.
Yes.
If they want to be lazy, of course with them. Great thing. But they take it personally.
100%.
So strive
Yeah.
driven for success.
Yeah, especially I think people who don't do a sport like karate or something similar to that don't understand the dedication it takes. Like if you want to achieve a goal, like whether it's getting a gold at the WOCF South African Nationals or at the World Championships, you have to train on the Saturdays. You can't go out and party on the Fridays and then go to training. It just doesn't work like that. And I will admit, like, I've lost some friends over that because every time they try to make plans, I have to say, no, sorry, I've got training, and that takes priority. And within my like interpersonal relationships, I've definitely had to find people who can understand or relate to that dedication, so they understand, oh, it's okay, she's like not cross with me or whatever, as you said. She needs to do this in order to achieve what she wants to. She's goal driven. It's not a cross thing or angry thing. Yeah.
But maybe who never knows, maybe a movie producer will come along and looking for an action hero film. Maybe we will see him one day in a series or in
the next karate car.
A very aggressive police officer, detective, locking up criminals in the theater.
I don't think my acting's that good, but potentially. Maybe if they do a Broadway musical about it. I used to do singing in high school, so maybe if they make a Broadway musical about it, who knows?
if you can now say, if someone comes up to you, a child or even a teenage, especially girls,
Yes.
and they want to start karate, they ask you, Darren, what will you tell them to encourage them, or say to them, what must they first do, or guide them before they want to start this journey?
Probably that karate is full of life lessons, and there's going to be ups and downs, and you need to, if you want to take it seriously, you need to push through those hard times, because then you'll reap the rewards of it. And that's something I've lived by a lot. I mean, I even have it tattooed on my wrist, life lessons. Because karate's really shown me, not even just in competition, my day-to-day life, how to push through the difficult times, to persevere. I think that's the biggest part of any karate journey, whether you just want to do it as an extramural, if you want to go achieve that black belt, or if you want to compete, that there's going to be difficult times. There's going to be bad times, but the highlights are going to be such core memories that it's worth pushing through and dedicating to that.
And if you look at today, you're competing with all these live streaming in the world can watch you now.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? That you've been now YouTube and Facebook and all of that?
I'm not going to lie, it's a bit nerve-wracking. You feel a bit exposed. I mean, it's nice because, I get to share it with my friends who are interested in it. It's quite nice when you get the little text message afterwards, like, oh, I watched you do your kata, but it's a bit nerve-wracking. I mean, I feel almost as nervous doing this as I did for nationals or world champs, because I feel so many people are watching me, But no, I think it's a really cool innovation, and it's something we've needed. And I think it's especially nice for the younger kids, because you can go back and show granny and grandpa or your cousins.
That's it. Yeah, now, with all this live streaming, you all know.
Yeah.
Listen, the camera's on me now.
Yeah.
I need to perform.
It adds a bit of pressure to it.
But in any case, listen, we got the internet, and I know you've got a lot of coaching to do.
I do.
And good luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Nice chatting to you.
You too. Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. We will be back again on the next hour with another guest, and stay tuned. Go to the other channels and go watch all the action and everything. I can see now the team cutters is going to start, and after that, then it's all the fighting. Enjoy it and
Thank
good
you
luck.
so much.
Thank you. Okay. See you all later. Bye bye.